Although Hytale and Minecraft seem to share similarities upon first glance, after a deep dive it turns out both games have many differences. So today we'll be comparing both Hytale and Minecraft to see which game does it better, and you will not believe what we discovered. Whilst Minecraft is well known for having biomes that randomly generate throughout the world, Hytale added a slight twist. You see, Hytale uses a system called zones, and there's currently 6 in the game: Emerald Grove, Howling Sands, Borea, Devastated Lands, and 2 currently unannounced zones. What's cool though is each zone has its own set of biomes, coastal features, blocks, and other content such as various dungeons and creatures. What's even more interesting though is how the world generates. You see, you will always spawn in the centre of Emerald Grove. To the south is Howling Sands, the north is Borea. The further you enter into the zone, the more extreme the climate becomes and the objectives get much more difficult. Zones then continue into the ocean, and if you venture out far enough, you'll encounter a certain drop-off which leads to a place called the Deep Ocean. This is where things get really dangerous, but the loot massively improves. And then beyond the Deep Ocean is infinite terrain, just like in Minecraft. When exploring in Minecraft, areas can generate like villages, strongholds, dungeons, fortresses, temples, but as I'm sure we can all confirm, these areas can get boring. I mean, once you've ventured through them a few times, you feel like you've completed them all. Like, you get the feeling of, was that really it? Hytale, however, promises at least 7,000 various different generated areas, from mountains and abandoned houses to skeleton dungeons and mage towers. With so much more to explore, how could you ever get bored? As I'm sure we all know, Minecraft has different dimensions like the Nether and the End, but in my opinion, after visiting both of them a few times, they become a little bit underwhelming. Also, the Ether dimension recently got released as a separate pay-to-play dimension, which makes things a tad more interesting. Hytale, however, have once again one-upped this with Alterverses. So not only is there more Alterverses than Minecraft dimensions, but it's believed you have to actually explore dungeons and defeat them to find the portal. Once entering these portals, you'll be transported to a different Alterverse with different game rules than the past dimension's regular adventure mode. Oh, by the way, just a reminder, if you're excited for Hytale and enjoying the video, leave a like and subscribe. Minecraft bosses are extremely iconic and are very well known. We have the Ender Dragon, the Wither, the Elder Guardian, and an Illager Patrol, if you can even count that. With Hytale being more of an RPG type game, with much more areas, much more zones, more dungeons, more dimensions, of course we can expect so many more boss fights. Will they be quite as iconic though? I guess we'll have to find out closer to the time of release. If there's one thing I'm sure we can all agree on, it's Minecraft weapons are extremely bland. I mean, what do we have? We have a sword, a bow, a crossbow, damage potions if they even count. Let's be honest here, a fight with a creeper isn't exactly entertaining. The Hytale team, however, obviously want to diversify this. Not only do we just have swords, but one-handed swords, two-handed swords, daggers, axes, staffs, maces, and the list goes on. Also, within the combat update, was shown that there's different damage patterns, varying strengths, swings, and speeds. So whilst the game takes on more of an RPG-like theme with the weaponry, to new players this could be quite overwhelming. Minecraft provides us with a few different forms of transportation, including boats, minecarts, horses, and within the last few years even elytras, which definitely changed the game for the better. However, good old Hytale not only provides us with minecarts and boats, but we also get hot air balloons, and even these cool backpack gliders. Boy, I cannot wait to use them. Customization within Minecraft is simple. You have what is called a skin with 2 layers of 1632 pixels on each layer, which can be customized to any color. This simple yet effective idea is your own little way of personalizing your avatar and has created many iconic players over the last decade. Hytale, however, allows you to use 3D items like hats and horns. The team understands that your player model and character design in the game defines who you are. So I'm glad they've spent so much time creating this. What I am worried about, however, is if we can create and add our own items and models to the game, or are we just stuck with what is within the Hytale skin library? Either way, it's definitely a cool concept. The soundtrack within Minecraft is one of the most iconic collections of music to ever enter the gaming world. Something about hearing C418 that just screams nostalgia. For me, it's getting home from school on those warm summer days, hopping onto a server with friends and enjoying life. Whilst the soundtrack is outstanding, I can't say the same for some of the sound effects within the game. Whilst a lot of them became memes, the moaning of zombies or chattering of skeleton bones can get really annoying. Hytale, on the other hand, are also working on a soundtrack, and so far it sounds great. One thing they're really focusing on is their ambient sound system, which uses responsive deep sound to isolate you and really embrace you into the game. I'm sure we've all been there, playing Minecraft for the first time on the family computer or a cheap laptop and stumbling across shocking FPS and impossible to play lag. Minecraft is literally one of the simplest games out there with ultra basic textures. How can this game be so hard to run? Well, to put it simple, Minecraft has bad code. Minecraft is simply not optimized, which can cause playing the game to be so demanding. I mean, there's mods out there like Optifine which help boost performance, but at the end of the day, you can only do so much with bad code. Hytale understands that in order for their game to be successful, it has to be for everyone. Yes, even Timmy on his £400 PC. You really shouldn't have to go out and get a £1,000 computer just to play a game, which is why Hytale are coding the game much better to make it fully optimized. If you ever played Minecraft before the in-game recipes, you know that part of the game was memorizing crafting recipes or finding them on the wiki. Hytale wanted to once again switch it up. So to find recipes, you physically have to explore different zones and biomes, which sounds great. I just hope they don't make it too tedious. I don't want to have to explore zone 6, then conquer a boss dungeon, then jump through a portal into the Alterverse just to collect a recipe for fish soup. Farming in Minecraft is simple. Water source block, seed, bit of light, boom. Job done. Hytale, however, seem to add more steps to the process. You see, Hytale has seasonal changes that could affect crops, different growth stages, fertilizers, watering cans, and you can even place scarecrows to scare off birds. Once again, cooking in Minecraft is simple. Food in, coal in, finished. It seems Hytale once again have added more steps with the furnace, potentially making it even more trickier with specific workspaces and scattered recipes. Minecraft's iconic block breaking animation is cool and all, but has been simplified to a quick particle effect. Also, block placing in Minecraft works on a simple world axis. Hytale are doing something similar, but it seems like there's more options and variations. For example, vertical slabs and sloped roofs. There's even tools similar to World Edit to assist community servers in building easier. What's the first thing you do in Minecraft? Punch wood, of course. So what's the first thing you do in Hytale? Definitely not that. In Hytale, you have to make an axe and then cut down a tree, obviously. What's really great though is you actually spawn directly facing a tree, which I'm sure is very intentional just to prove how different the game is to Minecraft. Also, rumour has it once you break a block, the tree will fall down, similar to the Minecraft mod RLcraft. Mobs within Minecraft fall into 3 different categories: hostile, neutral, or passive. Hostile would be a creeper who always attacks. Neutral would be a spider who attacks only at night or if provoked. And passive would be cows who just seem to stare at you. There's also mobs that fight each other like piglins and hoglins, wolves and sheep, and pillagers and villagers. Hytale, however, not only have a passive until disturbed system, but also have smarter mobs like sabertooths who will actively go out hunting in packs to try to kill antelope. Very interesting. Recent updates have spruced up the foliage within Minecraft, like tall grass, flowers, sea plants, and even new extreme biomes like mountains. Hytale also want to match this with biome specific plants, biome transitions, and even larger naturally generated terrain. It's safe to say Minecraft has very limited animation with very basic movements. You can of course download mods that allow more movement and even sway grass and leaves in trees, which definitely adds more realism to the game. Hytale want to give you all this from the jump. It's such a breath of fresh air to see a game care so much about the smaller details. Caving in Minecraft and Hytale both seem quite similar, especially ever since the Caves and Cliffs update came out. More ores were added to the game and even specific biomes just for caves like lush caves and dripstone caves. Hytale also have different caves depending on which zone and biome you're in, as well as unique ores like cobalt and thorium. One thing that is very vague within Minecraft is the story and lore. Like, there's no backstory. Who is Steve? Who is Alex? What are they doing in Minecraft, and why do they have to kill a dragon in a different dimension? The lore is left totally up for interpretation, which to be honest I'm not even mad about. The whole fundamental of Minecraft is creativity after all. Even the community helped come up with the folklore, like Herobrine. With Hytale being an RPG themed game, we can definitely expect a strong storyline with in-depth characters. Hytale understands there's a need for a deeper story arc with in-depth details on quests, factions, and even gods. So on paper, Hytale is the clear winner, right? I mean, Hytale has everything Minecraft has, but more. But when it comes down to the reality, is this really better? I mean, we've all heard of the phrase, less is more. So could this apply to these two games? One thing Minecraft has over Hytale is that it stood the test of time. It's been around for over a decade now, and it's currently the most sold game to ever exist. So what do you think? Which game is better? Are you Team Hytale or Team Minecraft? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. And why not check out this video?